Helps if I don't turn my mic on and the thing at the same time. Hello everybody. Hello Erin. Hello Hermie. Hello Jenny. How are you all doing this grim and grey day? At least it is grim and grey here. How are you all doing? I've not done a sprint in ages. Ages and ages and ages. How are we all doing? What you up to? What you reading? Jenny, what's your count at the moment as well? Because I need to know. I suspect you pulled away from me a little bit again as well. How has everybody's reading been in... What month are we in? May. How's everyone's reading been in May? I might end up having the best reading month I've had this year, I suspect. Chilling with your Kindle. Ooh, what you reading? Tell me all the things. And then add more stuff to my ever-growing TBR, which I'm never going to conquer. So... I am 80% of the way through Fogbound by N.J. Alexander. This is a fantasy novel. Hey Aaron, how you doing, buddy? How's life? How's things? So I'm reading Fogbound, which is a fantasy novel by N.J. Alexander. It is an indie title. It's book 1 in a series. Hey Sue, how you doing? Oh, there's 2 chaos people. Oh no. Hey Kat, how are you? And you get lunch. That you should get lunch every day. They shouldn't not give you lunch. So I'm 80% of the way through. This is probably not going to be a massively long sprint. It's mainly to help me get over finishing this book. So it's pretty good. It's not as good as I expected it to be because it has a lot of positivity around it in the indie space in particular. It's good. It's not blowing me away like some other books have recently. It has got some interesting mechanics at play in terms of reincarnation / possession. I don't know how best to explain it. So I'm intending to finish that today. I've got about 100 pages left. So flipping between Skin Collector, Invisible Woman, and Fall of Nimrod. How do you manage to do 3 different books at once? Genuine question, because I can't. I do have an audiobook at the moment that I'm listening to as well. You think working in small towns when you're not related. I mean, by our standards, where I live is a small town, so... But everybody knows me to be psychotic, so I'm fine. I also have an audiobook on the go at the moment, which is Blood Over Bright Haven by M.L. Wang, which I think I'm at about 80% as well. It's very, very, very good. I do need to say that. It's once again narrated by Moira Quirk, and it's very good. I'm flipping between Tale of the Body Thief and Sally's Lament. I've got Sally's Lament somewhere. I have Sally's Lament. I saw it cheap in a shop. I have more than 3 going, but those are just today's focus. How? How do you know what's going on? I never know what's going on. So, I forgot what I was going to say. Yes. So, the sprints will be 45 minutes as normal. Probably 2, possibly 3. We'll have to wait and see. Got it from the library. I think... Where did I get mine from? It's like £4 new from somewhere. I don't know where I picked it up from. Grim and Grey here too. I've been reading today 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. How are you finding it so far? It's one that I've actually never considered reading that for some reason. So, I mean, I can't multitask. This is a well-known fact, which I have to remind my bosses on a regular thing. I listen to the Trial by Franz Kafka while I do the dishes. I've only read Metamorphosis, and I don't know what I think about it. It's a very odd book. Yeah, I'm not sure if Kafka is for me, but I do struggle with classics a little bit, so that might not have helped, in all fairness. So So I've just looked it up. I have heard of this. It has quite a pretty... I quite like the cover, I'm not going to lie, even though it's quite simple. Or at least the black stylized cover, I should say. It's very nice. Also, please hydrate. Hydration's good. This is definitely water. No, it is water. I'm trying to be healthy. So I've had my caffeine intake for the day. And then if I finish Fogbound, which I probably will, because like I say, I think I'm at 80%, so it's 450 pages. So it's maybe 90 pages, so I'll probably get that done. I'm then going, no, it is genuinely water. My tequila's downstairs. That's fair. I wasn't convinced Kafka was going to be for me either, but you don't know till you try, do you? So, no, this is actual water. I have got ginger ale and whiskey and ginger ale and brandy in the house somewhere. But I'm back in work tomorrow and I am trying to be good. So, and plus, as I didn't get my pre-warm up with D&D at the weekend for one reason or another, I don't think I'll cope well with alcohol. So, but there we go. Who are you? You can go. I don't want to talk to you. But yeah, it'll be 45-minute sprints. We'll start in a minute. I'll have the music on as well. Somewhere you should know where your spice. I have a lot of spicy drinks in the house. I know where most of them are. I just seem to... I never buy it. I just accumulate alcohol when people come around. So, yeah. So it'll be 45-minute sprints, which means I need to put that on the screen. There we go. Yeah, I might get it to disappear. There'll be the normal playlist playing as well, my lo-fi playlist, which will be... That's suddenly gone very loud. Which is, I think, linked in the description. And will probably get me copyright struck, but who cares at this point? So, shall we... Are you kidding? Hiding them like the elf on a shelf? I don't hide them. People just leave them. No, right. So, because I tend to be the one to host things, that sounds slightly sexual. Because I'm the one who tends to host things, this is like the tithe. So either they feed me or they leave me the alcohol that they don't drink. Which, to be fair, a lot of my friends like to drink a lot. So there's not normally that much left. But in all honesty, I've got stuff downstairs that I was given at Christmas that I've not opened yet. The intention was to have it at weekend because I kind of needed a bit of a blowout, but it did not happen. So the bottle remains unopened for now until I am off work again properly, which is about 2 weeks. So huzzah! But shall we do our first sprint? Because I want to get the book done and I want to actually start planning my June reads. Because I have some pre-orders which I have coming through. Well, one's already come through and are coming through at the end of the week. And I've got some recent releases that I kind of want to get to the next month. So it feels like a long way. I've got stock take to do just before I go on holiday. Or have holiday, I should say. So, not looking forward. And I've had to cancel a day of my leave because I've got to sit in interviews. Yay. For this sprint. And then back to the Invisible Woman. You got this. What is your current count, Jenny? You didn't tell us earlier. What are you on now in terms of purchasing? Leftover alcohol and food is guaranteed if you're a host. Which is a bonus for living in a house that is too big for me. By British standards. I know American houses are just ridiculously large in terms of the footprint. What is this thing? I realise being from Scotland, you won't know of this phenomenon. What leftover alcohol is, JJ, is it's when you open the bottle and don't drink all of it before you put the cap back on. So... Also, JJ, so you know, my child is still insisting that that thing is a deer and not a healing coo, as you called it. So, I've given up on that argument. I even got AI to tell him it was a cow and he didn't believe it. So, there we go. Oh, they suck here in the UK as well. It's fine. What light rates do you hang with? Noah. To name the one that you will know. So, AI lies. It didn't lie in this occasion. It took the picture where this is where you can buy this from as well, which was not helpful because I already had it. And it was a cow. Like, genuine. It was a Highland cow. Not a deer. Not remotely a deer. It was a Highland cow wearing a kilt. But, you know, last teddy I got him was a seal, and he was insisting it was a walrus. So there's just absolutely no excuse. But yeah, space to get away from people. That's why I don't answer the door. That's bounced high again. Why is it so? I must have been faffing about with something. But yeah. So shall we do our first sprint? So it'll be 45 minutes. You'll be subjected to my music. I apologise in advance. You can just mute it though. See how far we get. Happy reading, everyone. Don't press that. That's the end stream button. I'm still way too close, especially for how many kids they have outside. Just shoot them. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's a terrible thing to suggest. Probably. But anyway, yes, before I get myself in actual trouble, I'm going to start the timer off and we will be back in 45 minutes. Happy reading, everyone. So, how did everybody get on? Congratulations, JJ, on finishing one of your 6,200 books. Also, Caspian, Murderbot is really good. I've been listening to the audio, so I'm about to start book 3. And yeah, it was really good. Book 2 was actually better than book 1 as well. I really liked book 1. But there's a character introduced that I really, really hope we see more of. I don't know if you will. But there we go. But how did everybody get on? I managed to read 15%, which is more than I expected. So I'm pretty much at the end. So you got to the last chapter. How are you finding it, Sue? I haven't read a thing I'm about to argue over on Threads. Threads is that Instagram thing, isn't it? I don't know. I don't do social media. I'm having a minor, which sounds ridiculous when I'm on YouTube right now, but I'm having a minor miniature detox, shall we say, from my socials at the moment. So another chapter done. Are you listening on 47 times speed again, Jenny? Like, Jenny, ooh, that looks interesting. No, do not buy anything else. It's not payday until Thursday. But I read one chapter between making tea and chatting. I might have to make some tea actually on the next one. So I've got 5% left. It is sticking the landing. It's just had a bit of a twist involving one of the villains. So, although there was another twist which I kind of saw coming a little bit, but you know, you can't have every single one take you by surprise, I suppose. But yeah, decent. I think it's going to be a 4-star. It is book 1 in a series, which sometimes means that as I read the series and more things become revealed, it bumps slightly. But not sure if that's translation or what. Probably 3 stars. It may not be. Like I say, I've read one Kafka, and it was bizarre. I felt like I was in a fever dream reading it. 2.5, thank you. Non-fiction usually needs to be a little slower for me to follow along with. I mean, I don't know how you listen to... So I'm listening to, not right now, but Blood Over Brighthaven. And I'm listening it at 1.2 speed. That is as fast as I will go for it. Now, part of that is the vocal performance, because it's amazing. Because it's the same narrator as Gideon the Ninth, so on and so forth. And I didn't know that when I borrowed it. But yeah, it does depend. I can sometimes go to 1.5 at a push. Blood Over Brighthaven is very, very, very good. I highly recommend it. I'm at about 85%, I think. So I've got about 2 hours left in it. But it's really, really good, to the point where I'm actually tempted to go and get a physical version, maybe even a special edition. I haven't read Sword of Kaigan by the same author, which I believe is also meant to be good. I believe this is a standalone Brighthaven, and the just sheer amount of world building and character work that's in it is really impressive. It's also very, very dark. If you want a kind of fancy take on some of the themes around colonialism and the approach of using another place's resources to empower your own empire and sort of subjugate that, really, really good. It does feel what's the best way I can describe it? It's weird. I like the way that magic works in it as well, but it's very much a patriarchy. Women are seen as too fragile, so it's the Victorian view. Well, I say Victorian. There's plenty of idiots who still think this are as well. Are there to be good wives, and anyone who's foreign is looked down on, and there's the taking of resources from other places. But yeah, it's real good, and it's Moira Quirk who does the audio, so everyone gets their own voice, which I really like. So I've listened to more audiobooks this year already than last year. I am very pernickety with the narrators. The last one I listened to was actually an indie book. So it was, the narrator for it is one who I think does more audio dramas. I know they've been involved in some of the Doctor Who audio dramas that you can get hold of from Big Finish. And at first it didn't land for me because I'm a little bit tired of all fantasy having Northern English accents at this point. But as I got further and further in, actually it was really good as well. I listened to that on normal speed as well because I couldn't speed that up. It just distorted the accent too much for me. And, you know, like one of the main accents was what I would call Northwest English, which is a bit of a broad term because that can be anywhere from Scouse to pushing Yorkshire, I suppose. But yeah, the book I'm reading now, so Fogbound is first in a series. I don't actually know. I meant to check this before I came on and I got distracted by things. If book 2 is out, it is an indie. It's got less than 100 ratings on Goodreads. In fact, it's got 64 ratings on Goodreads and 37 reviews. But it is very good. It's, the other book isn't out yet, so hopefully it will be out relatively soon. When did this come out? Came out in 2023, so independently published. But this, I really like this. Blood Over Brighthaven has been out about a year. That's traditionally published, I think. But yeah, I'm the problem I have with Fogbound right now is that everyone that I've spoken to that's read it, which tends to be a lot of indie authors, because as I'm rapidly discovering, a lot of the indie authors that I read in the fantasy genre are good friends with all the other indie authors that I read in the genre. So that's always fun. And I'd heard this was amazing. It's been good for the first 80%. It does feel like it's sticking the landing though, which I like. It's got an interesting magic system. It's got an interesting take on heroes of old coming back, but I can't tell if it's through bloodline or something else. I can't quite figure that out yet. Or if it's someone who has just managed to somehow live for centuries and not be noticed. It's not completely clear, but... Oh no, did you not like The Knights of and the Moth? I have heard a lot of good things about this. So I'm presuming... Then again, I saw that you put it up for sale, haven't you, on eBay, so you can buy Akatar special editions. Why would you do this? Let's have a look. For people who want pretty books, Darkstar does sell books online through eBay. And they're all very pretty. In fact, few words repeated are beige, bland, and downright. But oh, see, so repetition is an interesting thing because I read The Oral Stratagem by David Clegg, which is kind of Battlestar Galactica in a lot of ways. And there's a lot of repetition in there, but it made sense because of the way the military operated, that you would have all these processes that kept repeating. So it actually worked as good world building. But, where are you? There you are. I found you. But, yeah, it's... Sometimes it can get... Bizarre. There's one that came up recently. What was it? There's a book that I was reading recently, and it was pretty good, but something flagged a couple of times in quick succession. I think it was to do with the hot feeling of vomit at the back of the character's throat. And I didn't like that because it came up like twice. It came up often enough for me to notice. And there was a thing with fish hooks as well, actually. As well. But, ooh, you have a Kingfisher book. I haven't read that one. Right, stop looking at Dark Star's selling book collection. Yeah, it's can I share this? Can I do this? If anyone wants to go and look at pretty books, that are from various things, then now where's this is Dark Star's eBay. Go and look. There's some pretty books on there. In fact, one of my pretty books, in the book I'm currently reading, everything is a siren. Oh God. One of the pretty books that I got recently is actually from Dark Star, which is Never Die, which I know we disagree on this, but I really, really like the cover of this. And I like the fact it's got that, and I like the fact that it's got the end pages, but it does have a printing error on it. And I can't for the life of me remember what it was. But I am so excited to actually read this at some point. It's also the only book on my shelf that goes on backwards, which really did baffle Noah when he came around the other week. He was highly offended by it. Yeah, it's was it spelling of villain, isn't it, that's wrong, I think. But that's fine. I had I realised I already owned the book as well on my Kindle. So there we go. So I could read it on my Kindle and not damage that one. So that's a good choice. But huzzah. So why So do I not want to read The Knight and the Moth then? Is it going to be one of those that would annoy me? Because I'm sure I had that on my oh, it's a book one as well. I'm sure I had this saved for ages to pick up. It's 400 pages. Oh, I do like the oh, that's pretty. Pretty is not a reason to buy a book. You need to get out of this habit. You do. You need to stop buying things just because pretty. Why are you advertising Temu at me? Go away. I'm never going to buy from them. Right, what a miss. Should be, shouldn't it? But no, like when mad somewhere pulling her towards it. No. Jenny's thinking of the more historical thing, I suspect. It's all hype, but instead of believing the marketing for gothic and gritty, it's cozy, soft, and for me, dances on the borderline of how dark it wants to be. So it doesn't quite commit. You see, with a title like that, you'd think it'd be a little bit darker, to be honest. I don't do cozy. Just on principle. Cozy doesn't work for me. But I'm definitely going to finish Fogbound in the next thing, and I need to decide what to read next. So I'm probably... So Noah's currently reading, although it's a different... because I've got 2 copies of it. Noah's reading this at the moment, although he's toddled off somewhere. He has a different cover to me. Well, no, he doesn't. They're both mine. He has the other one of mine. So I'm probably going to read this next, which I got sent very nicely, because it'll be a nice, quick read, I suspect. So... Jenny, you were disappointed earlier at the fact that you can open an alcohol bottle and not drink all the alcohol in it. Now, come on. Not everybody needs to die a gruesome death. Okay? Not everybody. Some people, but not everybody. Shall we do another sprint? Another 45 minutes. Does that sound good to people? And then I will decide what I'm going to read next. I could read my smutty manga. That could work. Actually, that might be a thing, because yeah, they do with the word siren is. I mean, not necessarily. It's you don't see sirens really used that way anymore in books, or at least not as much. Anyway, it seems to be a lot more romanticized, which I don't like. as much. But I've had for a few. Oh, there we go, Dark Star, one for you. Oh, that's a point. I've got the Elder Scrolls book to read as well. I've no idea where it is on my shelf because I can't remember the author's name. But yeah, that's something else I need to read, actually. I have so many things that I picked up that I need to read. Right. Right. Shall we do another sprint? I think we should do another sprint. So 45 minutes once again. Where's my music up to? There. We don't want to listen to Minecraft. I like more evil fake creatures. I'm sick of seeing the sexy ones. Okay, so Jenny, you will know about the Wild Hunt, I suspect, from mythology. If you want an interesting take on Fae that is not good, I say Fae's stretching the term a little bit, but why are you stuck? Get off. This. A dystopia with the Wild Hunt in it. And very, very, very good. It's only like 130 pages, but if you can get that on, because I know you prefer ebooks, if you get that on ebook, I highly recommend it. It's very, very good. I mean, Premier Mohammed's short stories are always excellent, to be fair. Or Butcher in the Forest as well. That's good as well. There is not a good Fae or Fae-adjacent creature in sight. It has a murder unicorn in it, the Butcher in the Forest, which I think is the best sort of unicorn. And with that being the national animal of Scotland, it's probably right up your alley. So, there we go. Right. Stop clapping your hands. That's a really bad habit to get into. Shall we do another sprint? 45 minutes. And where's me things? You must go find it. Yes, you go find it. It's probably not cheap because the books tend not to drop in price that much. But hopefully you'll find it. Oh, what did I just press? Is everything still there? Yes, okay. Right, let's have another sprint, another 45, get Fogbound teetered off, and then I can look at my next read. So let's go. JJ, honestly, I knew the minute I put the word banana I was in trouble, to be honest. I should have known better. But there we go. There we go. I'll answer that in a minute, over Jenny. How did everyone get on? I have finished Fogbound, had a really interesting ending, and it explained something that seemed a bit random in the middle of the book, and it makes sense. So hopefully there'll be a second one. It's a 4-star. Probably a 4.25 if I'm completely honest. But it was good. So that's Fogbound done. So now I am moving on to the massive list of novellas that I have acquired that I need to work through. Also, I got slightly confused by the fact that Hooters is trending in the UK on X right now for some reason. So that's a thing. So, but how did everyone else get on? Jenny's at 38%. Which one's that in? Out of curiosity. And you're right, Darkstar, there is nothing wrong with plantains. I wish we had more of a selection, though. We only really get the boring Cavendish ones as a rule of thumb, so... Invisible Woman, okie dokie. Elmo's moving back to Murderbot, which I think, was it book 3 that you're on now? Which I'm going to be starting very soon, hopefully. How's your book going, Caspian, as well? Has it got better? Or has it continued to get better, I should say? In fact, no, hang on. No, not Caspian. I think Caspian's was going alright. Hang on. I've lost some of my thing. It's gone. Who knows? Who knows? But how did everyone's reading go anyway? So, yeah, I mean, I'm 20 more pages. How's it going? Yeah, I mean, Jenny causes chaos everywhere she goes. Like, just in general. If you've not seen the video of her running around in a T-Rex costume, that is the energy she brings to all situations. So, there we go. So I'm moving on to Spectral Solutions Elemental, which the author very kindly sent me a couple of months back. Probably be a pretty quick read. It's very, very inspired by Ghostbusters. And also, because Margaret is a godsend and reminded me, I haven't set up any author interviews, so I've just pinged a couple of messages out to sort my next 3 months of author interviews out, hopefully. So what I discovered, I hate to use it, but I do use Spotify. And Spotify has the audiobooks. And the Murderbot books are on Spotify. So I think I will start listening. Still can't believe I got. I mean, I'm still waiting to do a dress up thing like that at work, to be honest, at some point. That'll be fun. Something's happened now, but nothing good. Oh no. That's all me. I'm interested to see whether this lands or not. Oh, fair enough. I did not know June is audiobook month. That's probably a good thing because I've got Murderbot. I've got book 3 of Wheel of Time, which I am going to do as audio next month as well. Because I'm way behind. We're all way behind on the. I've not made my video yet. I don't like using Spotify for audiobooks specifically. I mean, I don't like Spotify as a company, as a rule of thumb. Just because of the way the royalties work out. But I tend not to use them for audiobooks very often. I kind of forget that they do audiobooks, if I'm completely honest. But I did notice Murderbot. So if you look, in fact, I will double check. In fact, no, if I double check now on there, that will throw out where I'm up to on that. So let's not do that. Still giving it a 3, but 3.5 might be more honest. Novel was never finished. All right, okay. I do use Libby for audiobooks. For where I am, which is Salford Libraries, they don't use Libby. They're not partnered with Libby, so I have to go through BorrowBox. And I do have book 3 on reserve, but I noticed it's on Spotify yesterday when I was looking at stuff. So I will probably Spotify first, but I've also got, what else have I got saved? Raven Boys, is it? I think. Hang on. I need to check now. I've got stuff coming from like multiple different. Right, no, don't say it like that. Yeah, I'll get it sooner because it's immediate on Spotify. So, where is it? I was about to say I'm getting things from multiple different angles, and with Jenny in the chat, that's a terrible thing to say. Where's Libby? I can't remember which country that you're in, so I can't say whether that's right or not. I know I have access to some places that I shouldn't have through Libby. Let's put it that way. So, oh, did I send that back? Have I? Oh wait, hang on. Oh no, I forgot I had that. Okay. So I have Spell Slinger by Sebastian de Castell. I did have Raven Boys, but I sent it back because I realised that I had decided to try to take it out from 2 different places. Because of course I did. What have I got through? So I've got Bright Haven. Where's my holds? Proof that Swedes can be evil. I mean, no comment. I can't say anything. I work in a supermarket, so. Oh, Bat Eater. And other names for Cora Zeng. I do have the audio for that saved, but that's about 6 weeks away, I think. So. And yeah, Raven Boys by. I'm going to say a name really badly here. Maggie Stiefvater. probably pronounced that terribly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to. I think I already had Bat Eater on my radar before you mentioned it, and then you mentioned it, and it reminded me. So I've got those coming, and then I'll do. I will probably do Murderbot through Spotify because I can get it straight away, and it's only like 3 hours long. I think 3-4 hours. But if Card were always neutral, at least in Warfare, except when we sell guns, apparently let bad people use our railroads. I mean, I can't say anything. There's very few fonts of evil quite like England in the world. So, there we go. Yeah, many such stuff market. Yeah. Yeah, the railroads. That's what kind of... Because normally I'd just go out and buy them, because of course I would. But the cost for the books, I didn't want to buy them as ebooks. The cost felt very high for something that I wasn't sure I was going to like. If I could find them in a box set, I'd buy the box set. You do have Aber. I have never been in an IKEA. There we go. Never been in one, and I'm pretty close to about 4 other things. But there we go. So it tells you books that are the about. Oh, is it? I did not know that. I will need to look that up actually. No, because that means buying more books. Never. Right, what have I missed? I've missed something somewhere. I don't know. I'm missing much. Oh, IKEA. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was going to go to IKEA before I got these bookcases. But I resent the fact that it's £35 delivery charge in the UK. So, and I don't drive. Jenny, I don't want to be right. First off, you have 4,500 plus books on your e-reader. Okay, I'm not up to 1,000 yet. I'm never going to beat you, and my bank account cannot. In fact, I've not even got 600 books on my e-reader. So there we go. I'm not in competition with you. So I'm terrified by how many. I mean, I have a lot of books. Now, I do have more physical books, I think, than Jenny does. But yeah, I do have more books. What have I got on pre-order? I have 2 pre-orders. Oh no, one's coming today. Was it today? Yesterday. Might have been yesterday. Hang on. So my next full-length books I read. In fact, let's go over the books I am going to be reading because I've just put it on Twitter somewhere. So God knows where. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? There. So I have Inkling of Flame, which is by Z.B. Steele, who was the author of Whispers of the Storm, which is one of my it's my favourite book of the year so far. Set in the same world, so I've got that to read. That came out in January, I believe. Then I have Pawns of Havoc by Dave Lawson, which is out. What day are we on? Thursday. Yeah, it's out on Thursday. And then I also have the one I'm reading now, and then finally I have another pre-order, and that is going to be. I've got so many pre-orders now. Where's my? I can't remember what it's called, and it's annoying me. Where are you? No, go away. Cold Silver for Souls by Tori Tekken. So Tori Tekken wrote. Come here. One of my favourite reads from last year, which is The Bloodstones. And I'll be honest, I would quite like book 2. But this was really, 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 really good. It's really big as well. Stop it, Jenny. Like it's a proper tall floppy paperback. So Where did I just pick it up from? There. So I was really hoping that it'd be book 2 of that, but it's not. It's a new series. Right, where was I? Doop-a-doo, temporary house. How many books can you read a hold? Physical books is a problem if you need to move house, which is a problem I'm not looking forward to. So, I wasn't really buying many books until I started BookTube. I had a fair few. I probably had a bookcase's worth. But to be honest, not made any difference. Prices haven't really changed that much. They're still... If you're buying a book brand new in the UK for a paperback, it's still maybe a tenner. Generally speaking, if you shop around, you can get it cheaper though. So, I do pre-order a lot of indie books from authors I like, but part of it... See the one... I mean, I'm always in denial. But no, I tend to pre-order. So I tend to pre-order through Waterstones because I have a card which gives me vouchers if I spend enough. So what are the last two that I pre-ordered? The last two that I pre-ordered are Chuck Tingle's next horror book, and I can't remember the title of it, but that's out in August. And then Andrew Joseph White's first adult horror novel, which is called You're Not Meant to Be Human, which is out in September. So I've got those pre-ordered, and then I also have, I think it's a Spirito de Corpse, which is the second Cemetery Boys book. I'm very excited by that. That's Aidan Thomas. And what's the other one? I pre-ordered 4. I use KU sometimes. At the moment, I do not have Amazon. Yes, there's a new Andrew Joseph White book. It has, so his other books have all been YA. I don't know how they class as YA, like genuinely, but they all class as YA. This one is not. And the triggers are just off the charts. So yeah, there's a few trigger warnings in there. Lucky Day, that's the Chuck Tingle one that's I've got pre-ordered. That's for August the 12th. Which I'm curious if that's in the same universe. Yeah, I was shocked that that was YA, and to be fair, the author did address this on somewhere. Where was it? It was probably X that I saw it on. About the reasons why it is and why it's been marketed that way. But it's when you compare it to Compound Fracture as well, I find Compound Fracture slightly more disturbing, but probably because of a realism aspect, because it's set in Appalachia around 2018, and looking back now at the way the world is, yeah. Kindle is part of Amazon, yeah. So I do have a Kindle. I do use KU sometimes. I haven't used it for a while. I do generally buy a lot of books through Kindle, but I get books elsewhere and import them to my Kindle as well. And quite often when I get sent stuff as well, I'll import it to Kindle. So, but Kindle Unlimited itself, I have used it. I haven't used it for a while, and right now I don't have an Amazon subscription anyway, because I don't need one. Because if I have one, I'll spend money. And if I spend money, then I'll have more shit in my house. And I don't need any more anytime soon. So, yeah. But, right. I've probably missed somewhere else somewhere. Dad was a hoarder, so I have like 0 books. My dad wasn't a reader. Strangely enough. Not really, anyway. My daughter's currently working through the Powerless series. So, finally she's getting into reading, although it is romantasy that she's reading, but there is space on my shelf. There is also another bookcase which you cannot see, which is over there, that's got my limited amount of non-fiction on it, and then also some of my multi-author series like my Dungeons and Dragons novels and stuff like that. I do need to reread or buy more of them at some point. But there's space on that wall for another bookcase as well, so yeah. But there is space on the shelves for more books. I could probably fit another 35-ish on the bookcase is next to me. But I'm aware that I have a suspicion in the next 2 years I'm going to have to move house again. Just a feeling. And that's a lot of books to move. And I don't really want to add any more to it. I don't need to add any more to it. It's payday on Thursday, and I'm probably going to Manchester the day after. So there we go. That'll be fun. But, right, let's keep an eye on... Oh, people are getting back to me. Huzzah. Awesome. That's one author interview. No, Darkstar. Don't encourage me. Okay? Don't. Not helpful. Not helpful at all. I've started clapping again. I need to read the books that I've got. I've got so many manga that I've got to start as well. That might be the next problem. If I start the manga, because I bought a load of book ones to read last March and I never read them. So if I start reading them, yeah, that's going to fill up things very quickly. I mean, that's 2 years, but I only plan on taking one row of books with me, depending how far I'm moving. I mean, take them all, I will. Yeah, that's... I mean, this is awful, but at some point, should get my dad's house. He has 2. He doesn't need 2. He should just give me one of them. And I'm an only child. But at some point, realistically, I will potentially have to move stuff to there. I really don't want to be renting anymore. Renting is horrible. Oh, I need to read that. That one for next month. That's one for next month. Don't support Darkstar's efforts at all. Darkstar, I will buy more books if you give me your hat. There we go. That's how we do this. That's how I get the hat. But yeah, shall we do one more sprint? And I will remember to actually press the buttons this time. No, I don't want that. Go away. I want that one. I want that one. I want... Is it that one? No, it's not. It's that one. I think I'll do one more just so I can make start on Spectro. And I'll remember to press the button this time. I would buy a library. Like, genuinely. Job in my industry, so who knows how much room I'll have for precious books. Yeah, it does depend where you'd be moving to with that, to be fair. So, but there's always room for books. You don't need furniture, you just need books. There we go. Let's do one more sprint. And then call it a night, I think, because I am back in work tomorrow, unfortunately. But I can have a lie-in. So, another 45 minutes. I'm going to set the timer off first. And happy reading, productivity, whatever you're doing. Right, how was that? Sorry, I cannot escape work even when I'm not there. How was last sprint for everybody? Did we make some progress? I made page 76, 77, 77. So, I think that's pretty good going. How did we all get on before we close up for the evening? Inquiring minds would like to know. Dink. 15 pages left. Nice. How does it compare to book 2? Because I really like book 2. Is it better? Is it the same quality? Just out of vague curiosity. I need to do that. Also, thank you to Margaret for reminding me that I needed to sort out author interviews, so I have done that as well while we've been sprinting. So yeah, huzzah. But I think I'm going to leave it there. Read another 20 pages and did the dishes, dishwasher report. I don't have a dishwasher. Gonna finish it before I go to bed. Same quality. I feel like Murderbot is really finding their voice in this one. Get to see more of the capabilities. Nice. Miles for Christmas and Other Horrors. I've still not read Godkiller yet. I do have it on my shelf, but I've not finished it. Christmas and Other Horrors. That rings a bell. Why does that ring a bell? Let me just... Christmas and Other Horrors. Oh, I was looking at this at one point. How is it? Is it good? I don't know what I've just clicked on, but it was the wrong thing. So read a couple of chapters in a rom-com. Changed My Mind by Madeline Mills. How are you finding it? I've not read a rom-com for ages. A book's okay. Feel distant towards the character. It was never good for my like book. Yeah, I'm the same. Unless the character is designed in such a way to be unlikable, then yeah, it can be a bit rough going if you can't connect. I have not got the patience for diamond painting. My daughter does the diamond things, or she was going through a phase of doing the diamond things anyway. But yeah, she hasn't for a while, so she got distracted by books, which is a good thing. Well, Jenny's up to 45%. The info in this book makes me mad. What in the book is making you mad? Another 7%, a bit lost, but maybe I'm meant to be. Yeah, I've had a few books like that in the last few months where I've just read them and gone, I don't know what's going on, help. And then right at the end, it's pulled together. Some really good and some mediocre. It can always be a bit hit and miss, can't it, with short story collections. I don't read many of them, and I find it really hard to... How did I do it last time? The last one I did, I actually think I overscored it. It was called Happy Bunny. But I think the ones that really stood out really sort of drove it up for me. But other than that, I've only read a couple of short story collections for whatever reason. I struggle a little bit. But 3.5 though, still a decent score overall, I think. But I think I'm going to leave it there while I try and figure out when I can. It's okay. Everyone is a doctor and they're really going into medicine too much. Ooh. Yeah, that could be. Does it need to go into medicine that much? That feels like quite a niche area to dive into, if I'm completely honest. Right, I need to figure out some times for that then. Right, I'm going to disappear. This is my first big diamond paid gift. I've dropped the diamonds 3 times in the last 24 hours. Yeah, I can imagine that would be annoying. My daughter foolishly put them all in a pot, didn't tell me they were open, then I got them all over the floor. And because I lack any patience whatsoever, they then went up the Hoover. And she learns an important lesson, which is to communicate with me. It was nice to do sprints again. It's been I think it was February the last time I sprinted. So I do have some more planned in. I might actually try and squeeze another one in next week. I need to look at my rotor and figure stuff out. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've all enjoyed the reads that you've been doing. And yeah, I think I can officially say this is going to be my best reading month of the year, I think. Which is good, because I felt like I was struggling a little bit. But thank you so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your day or rest of the night. But I've missed most of them, but nice to see you back on sprints. I'm really bad right now for not being near anything on YouTube, like horrifically, because of work, basically. So yeah, but thank you for joining me. Have a good night, everyone. Read everything, as Sue says. That is the correct thing to do. Just read all the things, all the words, everywhere. Stay safe, and I don't know what that button is, and I will catch you all very soon.